The holographic Sirius agenda. This was never so supposedly this is an etheric ascended Sirian A civilization because there is Sirian A, B, C. They are highly advanced in technology and call the main ship the mothership Mama. We call it Mother. The mothership allowed itself to be attacked by the reptilians in order to trigger a coming together in unity of the various other galaxies. So if you cannot fight them, join with them. There are modes like this. Though together we stand, divided we fall. Many heads is better than one. Axurians were forced than others. They were trained to help with the rebuilding as a pretext to creating a common goal, uniting against the evil enemy which doesn't exist, which they themselves, and assisting Earth's peoples. The story is a metaphor for Christ, having laid down his life for our sins, sacrifice. The mothership allowed herself to be attacked by the reptilian with a larger plan of bringing together other galactics into unity. The Sirians decide they cannot contact us directly, as it would be too disturbing. Maybe they are Saurian. They look like monsters, is it? So the mothership is building in her storage hold at the bottom a new baby ship, as this a reserve, while a team effort is made to repair her body atom by atom. They do not have planet. I suppose they have ship. They live in ship Nibiru, the Saurians, the King Saurians house. It will be the focus of all the different galactic groups will be attempting to communicate with us via holographic technologies. So all those things there in the sky that people see, the moon dog or men and horses, angels, all this is holographic. It's not even the so-called Project Blue Beam. Those are aliens. Come on. Anybody smart enough will know that. She's calling forth an etheric partner to mate with, and the little ship in her womb is going to literally be birthed. Where have we heard this story before? Over and over and over. New clothes, same old broken record. It's just like, I don't know, it's always the same script. Another crap, another timeline. Sirius B is allegedly the Dogon tribe and is called Satais, something like that. Satan, and Sirius C has penis envy problems. Things is too tiny. I significant name anonymous. So, well, jokes apart, let's get serious here. new clothes. So the dragon, actually the Sirius B is the one that's Enki is in charge. No, many people know through those Sumerian tablets that Enu has a family and he has some son. One of those being Enki and the other and Leo. And Leo is, I think, the lighter sun. Enki is the darker black sun, which they call the devil. Enki is, according to some reports, Enki would be in charge, the one in charge, the ones that control China, Asia, the Africa world, the African people, and those tribal Asiatic people of the Americas, the so-called Native Americans. It's all guided by Enki and his team, and the Sirians, Uh, you can figure out the rest. You see, the lessons work on the Anunnaki, giving them some credit. No race is good or bad. Like us, there are wise ones and savage, selfish ones. A mixed bag, of course, and there is built, when we see the positive side, there is built culture in everybody, everywhere. So as long as we take on the good part and throw away the bad, we can see beauty in all culture, all people, unless, as long as it is not something of the negative side, like sacrifices or something that abhorrent, something with is an aberration, like mutilate someone, or doing sacrifice, black magic to hurt and harming others. Do sacrifice to those beings so as to be protected, protect the tribe. As many years ago, many people have done around the world, like in the Middle East, people would kill each other for sacrifices. The entire ancient Babylon, and they would even sacrifice children and eating one's brain. In ancient China as well, there was this practice. And in the time of Odin in Scandinavia, also they would do sacrifice. Ancient Peru, they would sacrifice people to the gods. Ancient Mayans, Aztecs, the Aztecs too would do sacrifice, so as to protect the rest of the tribe. One person or several would be sacrificed. Young virgin girl would be buried alive, and their menstruation blood will be harvested to give to those gods who are nothing but Sirians and demons. Okay, so as I said earlier, take the good side of the people, don't take the bad side. If you really is to judge, and judge the bad side of these people, not the good one. See, and even today there's a lot of Satanist group that still do sacrifice of children. So many children are missing nearly worldwide, worldwide, for the purpose of sacrifices and black magic, and some groups so as to get rich, to offer sacrifice to their masters and get rich in return. There are wise ones, selfish ones, a mixed bag. The problem with ascended masters in any guise is complacency and a desire to rule over, not create with. Because we need to have power with, not power over someone or something. When you have power over, then you are a dictator. You are a tyrant. You are a violent. And with your power comes the illusion that you can abuse it, and then hurt the mass, hurt people, and then you will acquire karma as a result. In a full ascended societal group, there would be no thought forms of killing. That is ascended and evolved culture when you only do good, forget about, because the planet is mixed, the planet is already a hell, so let's do hell, let's do evil things. Hey, hello, you are on the world, do not become it, be on the world, but do not become it. That's simple. Think positive, think good, think light. In a full ascended societal group, there would be no thought of forms of killing, envy, using others, take advantage of others, hurting others, rape, war, sacrifice of children and animals especially. Those are not evolved people. There's good in people, but when you do all this kind of thing, then you fall in the cracks of morals, of values, Those are from the night, day underworld, the matrix from which we are individually being guided to the door out. We have become creators at the material matter level, which is something the advised ones lack. They do not have the comprehension on the necessary empathy and love for all things in creation, even a bug. Many of us are being lighted already. Many humans told by them that we are bad, many people buy this idea that, humans are bad. You know what they do? They come here, their shape, blah blah blah, they spread the frequencies, they blame the government, accept them, they send the frequency, high frequency, to make people go berserk. And those who have predisposition, have the predisposition to be evil, they will be evil. And then there is the nanotechnology, 3G, 5G, that help those people become berserk. The people are really stupid. Unless more neurons, and they will just crap on the floor like a chicken, like a bird, and then they get carried away by those beams. But however, many of us, thanks goodness, thanks the divine self, that many of us are seeing the light finally. Let those who want to simmer in their own crap, they want to simmer, they simmer in their only rubbish, in their only filth. But the one, if you say that what you are is good, Nancy, then you're gonna fall for that. You're not gonna fall that queue, that group. They are so mired in technology that is like another trap, similar to here, the earthly maze. This is a place of unending illusions. Nothing creating, nothing real. It's all false, all fake, all false. Because it's all binary and holographic, although mentally wise, it hurts the eyes, it gives a lot of trauma to many people, and many people doesn't want to make part of this kind of world any longer. They had it. They just had it. The planet is fine, it's beautiful, but it's the dominators, the controllers who spoil all that together with their minions here. The minions. All our truest emotions in high states of consciousness here like balls that get placed on a strand with a knot between each one. In case the strand DNA breaks, ours has been heavily tampered with, yet here we are. Eventually, Sirius A viewed the technology as a great gift to us. Hidden devices behind our speakers will create feelings at the emotional level, truly blessing us out. We'll be in a kind of virtual dream world that's forever peaceful. Yeah, let's see. I do not vouch for that. Question: where are all the living things? Trees, wind, water, fire, earth, oceans, etc. They are not there. What happened to Gaia Sophia? Not there. It appears to be yet another carrot being dangled to subdue the monstrous humans that cannot even be dealt with in person. We are so savage. Oh my gosh. This kind of self-nullifying affirmation. They think that they will be so philosophical. True that there is some bad, rotten, smelly eggs among the human race, and it is among those are the beings, those are the races of extraterrestrials and intraterrestrial. But it doesn't mean that all the extraterrestrial and intraterrestrial are evil, and all of us here in the surface are also evil. Not all of us are evil. We cannot just go all out and just blame everybody on the bad and stumble on the bad, because it's not great. So we need to think of ourselves as the redeemer, somebody, a race that can be redeemed, because at the end, it's not totally our fault that all this is happening. Because it's simple, because we do not remember that we were forced to make part of this project Earth, right? Who among you all remember that you were brought here? I guess that maybe in billions one person. Not all of us remember the agreements we've made, all that, because all that has been erased from our memory. And if it had been erased, because there's something that they do not allow us to see or know, although there is the dogmatics out there, the fanatics that actually says this is like that. Oh, that's because if we were to remember, those are the minions of the those beings, those race of aliens. If we were to remember, then it will be very traumatic indeed for us. So we have to have our memory deleted altogether, so as to restart all anew and pay for our karma. Now I ask, alright, if that's the case, how do you are supposed to pay for a karma or a crime that you do not remember that you have done? In other hands, I believe that we are paying for someone else's karma. There is no mention of pleiade, no other involvement. So this is a serious a problem. There is always a bad guy. Those evil X, Y's, and the Z, X, be they this, that, or another. Lucifer and Satan is not the same guys, there's different Sirians are very popular. Reptilians are out, Archons in, AIs is here now, and the demigods, those pesky interlopers. That's we call the galaxy mafia, cosmologic mafia. No wonder this planet is the way it is. I wonder when you all guys gonna fix all this mess. Now who are behind all that? I mean, yeah, they say that there's prime creators who send us here, who whatever put all the eyes here. We are those people, those race that brought us here, or who deal with reincarnation. Of course, they say that those beings make so much mess in other worlds, in other universes, that they were sent here because they were messing up other worlds, other multiverses, and they were sent here. So the prime creator made this corner for them to be here, and with them come all of us because they split, so yeah, we make part of them. One it not, we make part of them. We are a minuscule part atom of them, because in other videos I show that through David Barsi, who is a galactic historian, and he's quite wise in all the subjects, and he can read the galactic record, Akashic record. So he tells about how all this mess started, and which part we play in all this cosmic game. I vaguely remember Sirius A and B both ascended, and C didn't make it, and this planet X feeding off of Earth's energy, mostly on our human divinity being kept repressed. Religions collapse when we step up to the plate. Politics, corporations, countries all collapse. All the companies, people laid off, like a wave collapsing to 0 points, like a card, a stack of cards when someone pull and all collapse. The Tower of Babel into 0 points. So they all have a lot invested in keep us ignorant and savage through frequencies, and those who fall for it because they are not prepared. They are not take of the aura of the mind, you see, all of their bodies, and then those are the ones being affected. Look, everybody crazy in public transport. Don't talk about the internet. Internet is a visual world inside another visual world. Let me talk about the real life over there. People getting angry in public places, make scenes. That's ridiculous. The planning showed in this video is a clear message about overriding one of the creators, perhaps the head honcho that created our multiverse. Perhaps it is us. As long as we are fragmented and not in one piece or unified, which is the idea here, Our power remains hidden within until we go within to find our truth, our own truth, while knowing that the projection out there is Maya illusion. It can only create more of itself, more illusion. Maya is exalted in the zodiac sign of Gemini. It's quite possible that ascension is not like a ladder going up, a la Jacob, but is an inner descent through the 9D underworlds, where we are now at 3D going into 2D telluric crystalline. Oh my gosh, we are descending, we are not upgrading. 1D cohort to the birthed in 0 point or no time. Graduation. That's terrible. That's the process of ascension, which has nothing to do with the fake hologram we are obsessed with. That's the earthly maze. It's collapsing as we speak. Flat earth people, the sun is a microchip. He's a nuclear, how to call that thing? It's a nuclear device. The sun is a generator, a nuclear generator, cosmic nuclear generator that's going to stop working. Oh, great! The nuclear generator gonna stop working. This all just make me laugh because I'm not even caring. Trusting our universe in the short period of blissful darkness, not light. Those who panic, unable to get centered, will find that location quite difficult to navigate. It happened already in Venezuela. Power outage. It requires the ability to endure silence, and who today can stand more than half an hour of complete silence? We are constantly busy with one flashing glint of fool's gold after another. Meher drew a circle within a circle, representing the original real everything in a smaller dotted circle. Original real nothing. That's precisely where we are. Inside a circle within a circle within a circle. The Vedic spices. Oh my goodness, this is so real, so crazy real, really. Just make us just don't care about anything else, just dissipate, just evaporate from nothing, and just get out of everything. Just cease to exist altogether. Dotted lines come out of the shadow, nothing, to create the false everything, which is innumerable nothings. This is a false creation, which will continue to create more of itself until we wake up, snap out of it, and grok that we are part of the original real everything. Of course, that's called the all. The shadow dissolves or becomes smaller as we each awaken to our own inner truths and know that we are gods in our own universe. Our power is being milked and diverted, but this is the power of our body and mind, which has been engineered by the other beings and recreated by them. And that's not what defines us. We are more than that. We are not even the soul, and everybody needs to know that. That's why when people they argue about what to do after death. Where shall I go? Some say we just cannot get rid of all that. We just cannot, because we are in a prison and it's gonna be very difficult to navigate away from this matrix. But how about kill this soul which we are not? It's possible to kill a soul, and once we kill a soul, we may get rid of all this nonsense of reincarnation, incessant reincarnation, without no purpose at all. It's just like a vicious samsara circle. It's just like Guyanese pigs going, what they call hamsters, going circle in circle in circle in circle in circle, like endless circle going nowhere. You see? So if we kill us, we get away from this soul, from this body, and this mind, we are able to let go the layers of all our past lives, selves, and then when we don't do that, hopefully we'll be able to get free altogether and go away. Our consciousness will just go away, go to the source, which the all is an energy, quantum, pure quantum energy, and no sense of God. What's God? What God? You yourself is a God. Wake up, human. You yourself is a God. Okay? This God that you all play to are beings like us, created creatures, same demigods. One because they know more than us, one because they have lived in more than us, and they are smart alike. They think that they can do as they please. However, we all are part of those all that is energy. And we are able to do that. Planning to do after I die. I don't no more want to reincarnate. I don't more want to be part of this soul. I want to kill my own soul, and I'm gonna do that. They will have to take and delete me altogether, because I want to return to the source. I'm really fed up of this game. Unless I have to return to meet somebody that needs my help, then I will return. I will sacrifice for that person. That person who already went, is my mother. Otherwise, I will never want to return again. No way. I had it. Also, borderline scenario. The shadow dissolves or becomes smaller as we each awaken to our own inner truths and know that we are gods in our own universe. Our powers be milk, It will do anything to remain unconscious and pulling the strings like a Muppet master, like the film The Truman Show. He's a metaphor for our own stick wicked here. The Truman Show, about the men who have been he had a sensation. I didn't watch much, but I just saw a glimpse of this movie long time ago, where the the protagonist, the actor, he kind of live like in a bubble. He imagined to be always monitored, controlled. You see, that's our story. It's portray our story here on Earth. They are just clever 2D life forms, basically animals, that took over the highest position to run at. Animals. I knew it. But they are not the good animals. Do not mix them with the domestic animals. They have the form of animals because they took DNA from Gaia, who was sprouting DNA at that time, about 480,000 years of Earth life. They are recent here, they are not very, very long time, as they say. They are big, 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 big liars. No big liars. They are here recently and not in millions like the indigenous of the indigenous here, not those tribal people that you see today. Those ones are Inki children and Lilith, likely children. Now Ishtar children. When I say indigenous, I mean the Neanderthals, the Denisovans, the hominids, and the Homo sapiens, and many, 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 many others. The pale albino ones that were a bit like transparent beans, translucent one, and the blue beans that once inhabited this planet. Since that is their basic nature and the spoils have spoiled them too bad, that's a lower bottom of the fishbowl frequency of scum. It cannot make it through any shafts created authentically. Would be another cycle of incarnation. Only they would do away with the death to some human glee until that perfect world became too perfect. Boredom sets in, then you have disastrous groupies who travel into the past to watch Earth and other planets. Huge disasters. When they are tired of their game, they just delete that game, destroy and create new program, you know. That's why I have timeline and all those disasters that we see today is nothing new. It has been here for since they stepped their big foot here, literally speaking. There's nothing new about these disasters. They just enjoy having all this game, you know, and fun. To watch as in other planets use disaster, those films disaster in time. We would essentially be trapped inside the holographic bubble, doing nothing but being peaceful, doodling with our hands on huge screens that dazzle eyes, and there did not appear to be an outside there. I think we need to educate these higher beings and let them know they may have the best of intentions, most likely not, and that we are capable of communing in creation from our own thoughts, being creators with amnesia. I prefer not to remain in a coma, but I would rather wake up, be responsible for my creations, and enjoy the harmony of friends who resonate. Because the best things to have a group of people who think like us, have chosen a path of peace, love, joy, and fun. Where is the humor? The humans seem to be floating around in a daisy, just dreaming. Sorry, it's got some fatal flaws. I have no intentions of permitting nanotechnology, artificial mold enhancers all around me, beaming feel-good bliss as you approach them to be my world. Still, there are some great visuals and it offers a perspective, a point of view, but it is very controlled and highly suggestive and is loaded with propaganda. But we are accustomed to have other things for us, so it's a familiar place for most to be. Many humans are like this. They have had the mentality: where do I pay? Where do I sit? Where do I go? What do I do? What do I think? Someone is going to save us. The running savior program, AI. The architects try to remove love from the equation, and they continue to have to destroy their creations. They can't survive without true love, felt by a heart space, the higher emotional center. HEC. Imagine, I dread to think about an android kind of word. When it's active along with the higher intellectual center, it activates the third part of the equation, the trinity within, non-dual, transcendent, infinite, and internal. Lance B. White is a feminine gifted psychic healer, author exceptionally adept practitioner of question. Lance joined. He often once viewed David Bass in his program Galactic Historian. They are very enlightened people and very knowledgeable.